How are you today? So, I did not think I would have an update this soon, but I woke up, I saw this one video, and I was like, oh shit. And so then I had to figure out where the information from this video came from. Um, and so I found that person, and I pulled up their three-part video on the situation, and I did not watch those three parts because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this on the live stream. And I just wanted to give my real time reaction based on how my mind is processing the new information available to me. Because I think I like that way in one way for me that how I've documented everything because it shows why I thought the way I thought when I thought it based on what I knew, based on what information was in front of me, right? Um, and I do think that there is still value in having this documentation of the reporting, even if my initial thought is not true, to where it shows that this all still happened. So what I mean is like, so there's someone that spoke out that is saying that Case Z, Casze, scammed her on prom night and fucked her shit up on prom night. And that's basically all I know. We're gonna have to watch the videos to get all of the details. Um, but yeah, fucking apparently that happened. And part of where my mind was too, it was like, there is no way, because if a wedding dress designer, if a couture designer is known for fucking up a wedding, like, dude, that would fuck her whole business up. And I was also like, I understand one level when you do events, everything that you work for is someone's special moment. So when it comes to payment, and if you really thought you were wronged, you might have to put that aside, because then you would never get to adjust harm done to you as a business owner, right? Versus, like, if she really did do this, part of the with the prom dress, part of why I thought was on the business owner's side with the wedding dress was, I was like, there's just no way that a business owner is gonna go out of their way to fuck up someone's wedding this way. In my head, I was just like, there was just no fucking way. Um, but if this is but if depending on how this story goes, I'm like, well, if someone would fuck up someone's prom night, I don't put it past them to fuck up someone's wedding day. Um, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's okay. Like, you fucked up for me to be like questioning. Like, and again, I don't know shit about either situation. I wasn't there. I'm only telling you what was in front of me. And and I've tried to clarify that. I think the most unclear that I have been with the fact that this is all accusation, alleged, I don't know shit other than giving my opinion based on the facts in front of me, and here's where I'm getting that information from. And I've been linking the sources in the descriptions for all of my videos too. Um, I'm like kind of thinking like, like with the first one I did, I said, I think I forget the exact wording that I used, but I think it said like, Raylee Rukavina stole wedding dress from Case Z, Casze, and I used that in the headline, but I do feel like in the description and in the commentary in the video itself, I do try to state, that this is my belief, that this is why I think the way I think. And I'm actually just gonna pull this up for my own documentation, mental health thing, like what was my exact wording real quick. Um, and we'll just show that real quick just so we can see, like, in terms of, am I reporting on this accurately. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna roll my intro, Then I'm going to just review my coverage of the situation so far, and then we will we're going to review my coverage of the situation so far. Then we're going to look at that first video that I found where I was like, oh my God, I need to do another live stream about this. And then we'll look at the other client story that has come out. And then we're going to finish up with a couple of posts I saw online regarding another person who was getting their dress fitted at the same time as Raylee. And the last thing I want to look at before I close out is a new news article I found about the situation. And before we go, I might just look for any new updates real quick, but that is the plan for the stream today. So yeah, appreciate you, and let's get this bit started. Hi, my name is Lexi, aka Deaf Child. I'm born deaf, hard of hearing. My team was one of the top teams between 2020 and 2024 in New Orleans and Louisiana. I began doing business as Deaf Child in 2013, marketing 2011, and sales 2009. I've earned 50 plus certifications in marketing and sales, and I have my Bachelor of Science from Loyola University, New Orleans, with a music industry studies major and a business administration minor. Visit my site at noladeafchild.com. Alright, so first things first, let's check out past coverage. The very first video I ever did about this situation was called Smarketing Sunday, Raylee Rukavina Stole Wedding Dress from Casze Z, How to Start a Startup. Now, in here, in regards to mentioning this, I put, we shall talk just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail on factors that can impact someone when it comes to problematic transactions. Next, I want to check out this story about Raylee Rukavina, a bridal client who does hair, who I believe stole a wedding dress from a designer, Casze Z, for a wedding with Dave Wells, groom. And then we finished with a lecture. And then I put, after reflecting on issues in business, we can consider what it takes for us to connect value alignment to achieving our own goals. And in regards to that, I did put in the introduction, like as a topic, that Raylee Rukavina stole wedding gown from designer Casze Z. And here I put, why is it believed that Raylee Rukavina stole wedding dress from Casze Z? Question mark. And how was it possible for Raylee to steal from Casze Z in the sales process? And we have the sources for that here. Okay, well then in the playlist, it has all of my coverage on this so far. So in Afternoon Kaboom, this video was kind of like 2 videos covered of it in a way, because I had initially done a 3-hour live stream, but the main content of this live stream is the brother-in-law stole our wedding photographer playlist. There was so I had initially done this other video, but then my live stream, where is it? Okay, this one. So at first I had done this live stream the night before, but then OBS crashed on me. I use OBS to film, so I just unlisted this video. So, and I restreamed this video in here, so I'm counting that as part of this. My bad. Okay, great. OBS, I got a notification that OBS disconnected and then reconnected, so I don't know what was missed in regards to that with this connection here, which is really funny because I was just talking about how I had to redo a live stream because OBS crashed, and then OBS is disconnecting and reconnecting on me again here, but okay. Hopefully it's totally fine. Anyway, so I was discussing how more videos regarding Raylee Rukavina and Casze Z showed up in my stream, in my feed regarding this. And the topic would be here, I did put Raylee Rukavina steals down from Casze Z in my reaction on updates. Um, in the actual conversation, I do discuss how it's my opinion and that I believe it. Should I have added that more specifically in the advertising of the video? Is a different discussion. Um, I think that on one level, like, should we make room for there being headlines to draw people in to make there be facts for themselves? Perhaps on another level, though, is that harmful? I do think that it would be up to the people this would be about to really decide what it is for them and things like that. Regardless of where my intent was with the content production, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that the content production being reported as it was still documents, whichever way this goes, still documents that these events did occur and that public opinion was shifted in these ways. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Um, so yeah, in here I also had my further updates regarding Raylee and Case Z as well. Um, and I linked all sources in the description of the videos. Okie dokie. And then the last live stream before this one um, is all about the situation. So I give my reactions to updates found um, without final payment or return as far as I know at the time of this content production. I do believe those two statements are facts as far as I know, as documented by the statements put out by both sides. Um, and so yeah, fucking um I do give an attempt at a brief recap on the entire situation here. And you can see at this point it's where I believe that Case Z is the wronged person in this situation. And up until this point, I'm over here thinking like, yeah, like she really stole from her because in my opinion, based on the definitions, and I put that in here, based on the definitions and the facts presented so far with the sources given to me so far, that would be my belief, right? And again, more evidence would need to come out for me to have a different opinion on it. And I did put what the evidence I just what thought should come out for me to form an opinion for sure either way in here. And I do try to heavily reiterate in this video. Now I don't know shit. I wasn't there. I'm only covering the information available to me online and forming my own opinion based on that. Um, so yeah, just reiterating all of these aspects as well in regards to the content production that's been done so far. If in my last video here, if you want to know like a summary, if you're like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about at all, I got like a 3-minute summary done so far up in here. If you want to go check that out in my What the Fuck Wednesday video, and the playlist is linked in the description of this video, I believe. I think I already did that. So yeah, and so that brings us to to now. We are here now. And so that is our total coverage on the Raylee Rukavina situation so far. Before we segue into the coverage of new material here, I just want to reflect, on transitioning to where my thought process may be changing right before we go. So previously, like, all of the reasons that I had thought that the dress was stolen was because um, my opinion is if the dress was not paid in full, it was stated that it was not paid in full. And my opinion was that if Case Z actually could prove that she did all of the contacting on her side, she claims she did, and that she actually went to where they were to try and get the dress and all of that, and she can prove how it was shipped with the 1 day thing, then on her end, in my opinion, I could see why it was stolen and legally so. Right now, on their end, they did say something about it not arriving in time. My opinion is if she can prove she paid for that 1 day express thing, If FedEx fucked that up or however she sent it, I'm just saying FedEx because it's like the first delivery service that came out of my mouth, and that's because my mom used to be a FedEx courier, so it just came out of my mouth. But like, if whoever she sent it, that whoever she sent it through, they didn't send it on that time, then that's still, it still sucks for the wedding party. I can understand why the wedding party for them it's still late, but in my opinion, I can still see why it would still be stolen for her, and on her end, she did everything X, Y, and Z. Now, when it comes to the sister putting out a statement about how the allegedly Case Z didn't show up for the fittings, I saw a contradicting statement from someone else, but I cannot corroborate whether or not this statement was said because it was like a she said thing. And we're going to go over that as well. But if that's true, then that brings this other statement put out into question, which is why I think it's relevant. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, for me, it's all hearsay because none of it is from the parties themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Raylee never spoke out herself, so anyone speaking for her is you know what I mean? It's like these sources close to her instead of her, right? So um now did whether so what I'm about to show you is a different situation about an entirely different client. So right now, I just want to discuss whether or not this changes my mind about the Rayleigh situation. What it does for me is put it more at like an equal, like an. It used to be more of like an, oh wow, I really thought that Rayleigh stole the dress from Casze. Now it's putting it more of like an, I can't tell if Rayleigh actually stole the dress from Casze or if Casze is in another altercation with a client and there's miscommunication. Now, like I said, regardless of if there was just a miscommunication issue, I could still see why Case Z would think the dress is stolen. And I could still see why, like, you know what I mean? Like, I already explained all of that in my previous videos coming from that mindset. Um, so, but now what I'm thinking is if Case Z has a past history of treating clients this way, could it be some type of issue, whether it be with like an intentional issue with Case Z, maybe it's something to do with the business process, but there be some issue within the business, right? Um, and what I'm thinking is like, so if this is just a one-off situation, because I couldn't find any other thing about anyone having a bad review about Casey. I'm gonna look harder, I'm gonna try to do more research on that, but I was trying, I couldn't find any information about complaints, right? So if this is like, maybe it's like people are afraid to speak out because of who she is and who she works with and the connections she has with that celebrity status. I can understand that because in my community with New Orleans, people did not like it when I started speaking out about some shit that went down. Fuck them bitches. Um, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like if it's like, what if it's just, obviously, like if you're not gonna have happy customers all the time. So if it's just like a, well, these were specific scenarios that led to these events, this isn't the norm. These are just, every business. If you don't have unsatisfied customers at a, like, if at a business you only have like perfect perfect reviews and commentary and you're not brand new, something is fishy to me. I don't know if I'm weird for that, right? Based on what I know about humans. Um, maybe I'm wrong for that, but so maybe I can't tell if it's like if the fact that these are the only controversies that I can find about Case Z speaks to how she could have a clean record in the past, or if it speaks to how things could have potentially been covered up in the past. Who knows? Um, but yeah, so these are all just thoughts. Nothing I'm saying is reality. It's my projection of this reality, if that makes sense. I just have some sources for why I think the way I think. You know what I'm saying? So, okie dokie. Let's go into the reaction now. I want to start off with this first video that came across my newsfeed. I did watch this video. Um, and then it's the other three videos that we're going to watch that I have not seen yet. So yeah, fucking I just went and looked for them and I pulled them up, but I didn't watch the videos yet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fucking here we go. And this is why I was like, oh god, we gotta do a whole new video now.
Approached, my family and I reached out for progress updates and photos, but all we had seen was a sketch. We later learned from a former employee that the seamstress had previously scammed other clients and prioritized her high-value customers, which led to the employee.
So I want to know if, because I haven't seen the three sources here, because these three sources, from what I saw in the description of the video, I thought it was the client speaking from their person, from their perspective. But now processing this again, this is like, seems like it's from an employee side. So I do wonder who their source is. Um, and so this comment right here is why I went to a different went, and this is why I went to this videos I found. I went to this profile where this person said to go. Um Now this person saying receipts, 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 anyone can say anything. So here's what I'm saying is I don't understand um why, like I said this about, I think, Sassy Expressions and Epic Maiden. I just wish that they would put their sources in the content of their video. Okay, let's keep going.
Employee's resignation. Concerned, we visited her boutique after days of silence, but she accused us of scaring her seamstress, though we were respectful and did no harm. Despite initially offering a refund, she quickly changed her mind and agreed to finish the dress, just 5 days before my prom. When the dress was finally made,
Do you see the switch up in this wording here, though? Am I wrong for that? Okay, so he went from like an employee thing and then saying before my prom. So maybe it's the way they worded this video. Like something with the switch up in this video is bothering me. Am I wrong? Like what?
it was nothing like the original design. Although she agreed to fix it, she continued to be unprofessional. The revised dress was completed 2 days before my prom, but she tried to charge us an extra $1,000 on top of the $1,650 we had already paid. She then kept the money and never sent the dress, auctioning it off on the day of my prom. We asked for a refund, but have received nothing.
So yeah, if a dress was commissioned and no money was paid back, and you paid for that dress, and she sold it to someone else, what? That's a scam, right? Like, cause at this point, if you pay for the dress, you own it, right? Like, what? Is this what we're talking about? Was it, or was it just a deposit? But even if it was just a deposit, and you still didn't give her the money back. Like, this is what I don't get.
The dress was posted on Case's Instagram on June 4th as she auctioned it for sale.
So yeah, so that was the video that I saw where I was just like,
Against
this
new allegation.
the where this description, where how the way they switch up, in my opinion, without any transition or any, like, the story, they switch from as if they're speaking from an employee side to a client side in this video. That, maybe it's just something wrong with the content production, but I found that weird with the way that that video was produced, and I don't like that they don't put sources in here. But because of this video, I found the real Jinsu also had a similar experience she just posted, and she has the receipts. So yeah, fucking this is what we need to check out next, or not need to, but this is what I want to check out next. Now, I will say this, of course, does not have captions, unfortunately for us. And I really miss, like, they used to put like this transcription thing up in here. I swear to fucking God, I'm not crazy. It used to be here, and it's not anymore. Um, And I missed that. Like, where did you go? Why? Where did the accessibility go, TikTok? Why are you doing this to me? Anyway, okay, so let's do a reaction. This is gonna be, so this video is like 10 minutes. One of the other video is, this video is like 9 minutes, and this video is 6 minutes. So we've got like 25 minutes of content to react to here. So I imagine this might take us about another hour. But yeah, alrighty. Let's figure out the full story because I need to know. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking fascinated because the fact that I feel like I might have been duped is fucking with my head. I'm like, bro, dude, I don't know what's real anymore. Okay, let's find out.
So I know y'all seen that video of that lady on y'all for you page, Pascale Sandra Sin, whatever you want to call her, getting.
I just turned my fucking computer volume like all the way up and shit because I feel like this is super, super low volume wise. But I think she was saying that she had to make this video because she had just saw what was stitched in her for you page, and what was stitched was that chop and screwed video that Case Z did, where it was like when your client ghosts you or whatever, with a 5,000 or 10,000, I forget what it said with the dress. But yeah, okay, so let's see what happened. If y'all can't hear this, I'm so sorry. Can you hear this? I could barely hear this. I mean, if you're deaf, I know how you feel because I'm deaf, but you know what I mean? Like, bro. And then when people are like, if you can hear, you're not deaf. What about hard of hearing, bitch? It's a hoedown. Anyway, um,
And scammed out of $10,000, and it's actually kind of funny because she's a scammer herself. And yeah, let's just get into my stories. I'm like,
damn, she was like, okay, she was talking about how she was scammed out of $10,000, but it's funny because she's a scammer herself. And so then she's like, let's get into her story. Okay, okay, we're doing that now. We are doing that. Oh, fuck.
woke up so happy today that the scammer got scammed, y'all. Y'all don't know, and y'all gonna see when y'all see this dress that she sent me and how I still don't have my money or the dress, why it was an issue and why she did.
Hold on. Did she just say y'all gonna see when you see the dress that she sent me when I don't have my money or the dress? Is that what she just said? So does she get another dress? Like what does that mean? Did I hear that right or did I hear that wrong? There's no captioners on here. I wanna reiterate I'm deaf, so if I hear the wrong thing, that's a possibility. Now, I have right here, you see this little button where it's got 3 lines and the little music? I can turn on a live captioner here, but I don't feel like it always translates accurately. And I wish it would record on the OBS. It pisses me off that it doesn't, but life is hard. I wonder if I can add a new window for this and if that would work. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to try that one day. Okay, sorry.
Deserve this scamming, so let her dwell there in her scamming. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So this is the dress that I ordered. Okay, this is the dress that I ordered. This dress was 1750. Yeah.
So that is a gorgeous dress. Is this appropriate for a prom dress? Is a different question for me. But I don't want to judge anybody. But it's a gorgeous dress. It's a gorgeous dress. Gorgeous dress.
Yes, you heard me right. 1750, and I didn't have a problem with that because I wanted this exact.
I will say, can you even wear that dress to prom though? Because I don't think that my high school would have let you in the building. That you wouldn't have been allowed in to prom. I went to 2 proms actually because I went to my friend's prom, and we went to each other's proms as each other's prom dates. Um, and so I don't think you would have been allowed in at either prom in that dress. It is a gorgeous dress, though.
Exact dress, and she was the person who made this exact.
Okay, here's why I think, on a certain level, yeah, when you're a teenager, you should have a space to explore your sexuality, right? I think you should safely when you're a teenager. When you're an older teenager, like senior in high school, you know what I'm saying? But with people your own age, but fucking there's something about the way that this dress for a teenager sexualizes teenagers that I don't like. But I don't also want to be body shaming teenagers for just existing either, because here's my thing too, like, sexualizing the nude body is also a colonial construct. So, like, in my opinion, too, though, because I'm feeling conflicted, right? Because part of me is like, the sexualization of the body is a colonial concept, and human beings should just be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if she was wearing a bathing suit at the beach and somebody was sexualizing her? They can suck my fucking dick, right? But then it's like, I feel conflicted because at the same time, I think that society over sexualizes people from a young age to where it brings me concern when I perceive that. Well, I perceive that the dress could be sexual. Maybe something's wrong with me for thinking this. This is something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean, though? Right. Okay. Let's keep going.
Dress. So if that was your price, then okay, as long as it came looking like this, oh man, I didn't have an issue. This was the invoice, and um, if you look like where it says deposit payment, and you look under and you see total is 750, and on the day of, which was January 3rd.
Okay, so she's showing she didn't just pay the deposit. Oh no, she did pay the deposit. She was saying the total was 17.15. This is the deposit with the processing fee. Okay. So she charges $1,000 just to do a consultation. Is that consultation including the design and the sketching of the dress? Because if so, then I would understand why it's $1,000 if the final design of the dress is in there, because then you're paying for the rights to the sketch and you could go take that anywhere, right? But if not, wow, that's a lot. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing though.
When we did the consultation, because it was through Zoom, when we did the consultation, I had to send the money right after, and that's exactly what happened. Like, I sent her the deposit, and yeah, that was that. So that's that. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This was the consultation. So I needed the dress in February. I reached out to her in December. This was the consultation right here. And
Okay, so what happened to her happened in 2022. So she's been sitting on this for like 2 years now. Okay, wow. And I think that does establish, like, timeline in regards to some things for me.
yeah, we did this consultation. It was through Zoom because she's in Atlanta and I'm in New York. And I asked her if that would be an issue, and she reassured me that it would not be an issue. So I continued with the process. The invoice gets paid, babe, like right away. You know, you asked for your payment January 3rd and you received your payment January 3rd. So I don't even know like how she's saying she got scammed out of a dress, or how this lady that scammed her ended up with a dress.
So I think she's saying that she doesn't understand how Rayleigh could have potentially scammed Case Z because of the way Case Z had her buy the dress, where she had to pay for it in front at every step of the way. is where I think she is going. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but that's where, like, that's how I'm processing this.
With yeah, with no payment, because she wasn't starting shit. You see in her policy, it says that you got to send money in order for her to even start. So I don't even know how that happened. That's not my business. But this is it paid.
Dude, yeah, that is policy. I can understand how if she was like, even though that's my policy, I'm gonna go above and beyond for this one customer for her wedding on a rush order. But yeah, that's my policy too for marketing. Like you know what I mean? Like typically, there's one client I have. He is 70 years old, and so I will, like for him, I will do right for him up front because you gotta help your elders, you know what I'm saying? And I invoice him later basically because we have that kind of relationship. And if you get there with me, like where you've proven to me you're not gonna let me down and you're not gonna fuck me over, I might get there with you to where I will do the work for you and then send you the invoice. But for the most part, because of how many people have fucked me over, especially if you're a stranger. But for the first like year or two of us doing business together, you gotta pay up front for me. You know what I'm saying? Because of, and it's nothing against you individually, unless it is you that fucked me over. But it's nothing against you individually. It's just that that's what I have to do to protect myself. So, and I'm pretty firm on that policy unless you're really close, like you got in close to me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm just thinking like how I would operate as a business owner. You know what I mean?
Y'all seen the dress? Let me show y'all what she sent me. This is what she sent me. You see how the dress is unfinished? You see how
Okay, so before I was thinking there's no way a dress, if it was fitted to the appropriate size that it was supposed to be fitted at, and she didn't change the fit, and I had believed that statement, I was thinking there's no way that the dress didn't fit this other person on the wedding all of a sudden, unless the woman was pregnant and her body was changing rapidly, right? That was my initial thought, to be honest. But now, when we look at this dress, when we look at this fit and how it doesn't fit her either, um, that does lead me into question if there is issues here with that. I'm not saying there definitely is. I'm just saying it could be. Could it be a possibility? You know what I'm saying? Because for it to be this level, like once or every now and then, it's like maybe it's the person who maybe there's like like but like maybe either the person lied or the person's body changed, right? But like two clients in a row like this, it's just I'm like I don't know. That looks a little off, but I don't do design, so am I supposed to how am I supposed to know how common this is? Like is this common? You know what I'm saying? If this is common, please excuse me for reading too much into it. But if this is not common, I would like this noted.
this is like these jewels. This is nothing. This is nothing like what I asked for. And before she even sent the dress out, she was supposed to send me videos, like, of progress. Yeah, so this is the unfinished dress. And not only like we had already had problems, which I'm gonna insert in the next video, but we already had problems leading up to like me even getting the dress because I needed it. I wanted it a week before my birthday because it was for my birthday and I was leaving out the country, and I told her that when we were on Zoom. I told her that numerous times before.
Okay, this is not the prom dress. My bad. This is her birthday dress. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Um, that makes more sense because you can wear whatever the fuck you want on your birthday. It's your fucking birthday. Wear whatever the fuck you want. Hell yeah. I don't know why I thought that was a prom dress. I apologize.
Before February came. And she reassured me that it was fine, it was getting worked on, and that before it even gets sent out, she'll send a video of how everything looks, like before, like basically to like confirm everything before she sends it out. So I was like, okay. So I think I was supposed to get the dress the 9th because I was leaving the 11th. My birthday's on the 13th. I didn't get the dress the ninth. And when I didn't get it the ninth, she was just like, oh, we're still ahead of time, so it doesn't matter because it's going to be shipped off, this and that. And she did take off, I think, like, no, she didn't take off nothing. She just told me I didn't have to pay for shipping because she was going to overnight it, which is like, yes, that's your.
So she was saying that she was concerned about getting the dress on time, and that the seamstress or the KC or whoever the business was telling her, no, you're gonna get the dress on time, and we're gonna overnight it. So they also had like stress with, okay, are we gonna have the dress? Um, and I understand on a certain level, anytime like if you go to my website, I ship out clothes. I own my own clothing line as well. So I totally get when you have to send out an order, there's a pressure of, is it, and of like getting it to the client, right, for each order. But at the same time, um, it's like, uh, there shouldn't be this miscommunication with every single order, in my opinion. So I know these are only two cases, but I'm just curious as to, I'm wondering if this is like just two people are the only two people who had the balls to, well, Rayleigh was kind of forced to speak out because she was pressured into it from Case Z putting that out against her. But then, well, she didn't, she made about one post, but her family's been speaking out for her versus this person right here. She's like the only one that may have had the balls to actually speak out herself because of what happened to Rayleigh, right? So what if it's that situation, right? Or is it just a situation where this is like just a bad day for the business? It's the only like examples of, you know, experiences going wrong that are coming out about the business because those were genuinely just, off days. Everybody has them. They're just unfortunate circumstances. Shit went wrong, and that sucks. It happens to all businesses. Um, who knows? Could it be like this is how she does business and watch out, or is it like well, this is just some fucked up shit that happened. It's probably fine. You know, that's up for you to decide for yourself, I guess.
Problem because you missed whatever FedEx drop off you had to make. So this is.
Oh, now she's saying the drop off or the delivery was missed, which could have contributed to it not getting there on time. Oh shit, that's whole new information for her.
This is another picture. This is me crying. This is my cousin down there. She was also, we was all crying because it's a lot of people involved in this story because I really felt like, bitch, you just scammed me and I'm about to have to come find you. Like,
Right, like if this had been fit right here for her boobs, for her body type, like it could have worked out so well. But this was too big. It did the either this was too big to be that low, or it should have gone higher, where this was pulled up to where this was more center here, or these should have been smaller. Like it just looked like it wasn't made to be customized to her body at all. And in my opinion, it's like I understand that when you don't have someone physically there, there's going to be issues. But at the same time, if you know someone height and you have these specific measurements, you should then be able to get it closer to the fit than what I perceive this to be, in my opinion.
how you feeling? Like, how you feeling right now? Like somebody scammed you and you gotta go find them? That's how I felt. I felt like I gotta go find you, bitch, because
And now she's saying, okay, well, how KC feels right now, like someone scammed them and she's got to go find them. That's how she felt then. She was like, you scammed me, I gotta go find you, bitch. Oh, shit. That's what she said.
anybody who's seen me, who know me, the body is T. And I'm very small, but the body is T. So
Right, and she was just like basically, I think she's discussing how this dress does not do her body justice, and I agree. I agree because you can tell like this is where her hips are. This is her hip. So, like you see how she's got the hourglass figure right there, you know what I'm saying? If this was right here, sat right here, this part of the skirt sat right here. These were tinier, and you had this moved up on the neck, and these were a little bit tinier and they fit just right. like, and this was center to where this would come around, her belly button ring would put in, be sat just right here, would this come down, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would look so divine, like the aesthetic she was going for, it would have worked so well on her, like, you know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't have been no mistakes. We gave measurements. She was on Zoom while we was taking the measurements, so she was like directing me and stuff like that because I didn't do it myself. I had someone else do it, but we were on Zoom. So
Right, and I can understand, like, when someone's not physically there to fit it for to them, like, you know, the measurements could be a little bit different with people, so like there might be like half inch to an inch room for error in some of the ways that things could fit, right? But for it to be like this is alarming for me. I'm like, oh wow, something went wrong.
anything that she needed clarification about or that she felt wasn't done wrong or that I even kept asking, she could have just said. So yeah, I was confused on why my dress was looking like this. I was confused on the jewels. This is not what was in the first picture that I sent her that she made. I was just mad confused. But then I realized that she didn't make.
She was saying she was confused about the whole thing, and especially the jewels, because this wasn't actually what she sent her for the picture. And I'm also noticing, is it just me, or is this right here, is that broken, or is that supposed to be that way, or is just jewel or crystal basically like falling off?
Make the dress. Whoever like works with her, whoever she hires, like her other people, they made the dress, and she was on vacation doing whatever she.
And she thinks that she does. She was saying that she doesn't think that the person who claims to have made the dress actually made the dress. That other people made it for her.
She was doing or wherever she was at. I'm not getting into that. She ain't make this dress. That's all I know. She did not make this dress, and it was annoying me as she was telling me that she did. I'm not.
So she's saying she's annoyed that this person's telling her she made the dress, but she doesn't think she did.
Not like I'm not one of them hating bitches that just jump on shit. But y'all tell me what the fuck was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to?
And then she said she wasn't a hating bitch. She just jumps on hating people. But what the fuck was she supposed to do? And you know what I mean?
Do with this? What was I supposed to do with this? Like, I really want to know. What was I supposed to do? These are the panties she sent me.
And the panties that she sent her, are they broken? Or are they supposed to tie? But it looks like they already ripped. And is this hygienic? Can you even wash these? My opinion, just question.
These is the pen. What was I supposed to do
I mean, I know you can hand wash them, but yeah, it just looks difficult for cleaning purposes.
with these panties? I'm thinking everything come like I did not. If this is not what I was expecting. This is the panties she sent me, and let me show you something else. It came in this small ass FedEx box that when I got home and I went to the package room,
And she was talking about how small that the FedEx box came in. So apparently the dress wasn't even like properly packaged to be taken care of when it was sent. And it's like, wow, if you put this much effort into a dress, I would imagine you wouldn't just shove it carelessly into a FedEx box, you know, if that's what occurred.
and the security gave me the package. I said, this ain't right. I said, I got another package. She said, no. So then I look at the address. I'm like, why would she put my dress in this small ass box? And I'm saying that to.
She was like, yeah, she literally didn't think that it was her fucking package and she got it because, like, yeah, man, if I order an expensive ass dress from you and you send it to me in a tiny ass package, I'm gonna be like, you got me fucked up.
To now show you how it was gems, jewels, it was all types of stuff missing. I couldn't even like the dress if I wanted to. Do you understand? This is another picture of the dress, and this dress was so fucking ugly. Like, it didn't fall the way the chest part was on my stomach.
Yeah, I agree how she could say that. If I still own the dress, what I would do to it is fix if you do something if she were to fix the way if she could pull it up with the neck right there, I think it would that her boobs are actually big enough to where if she gets those big ass things center on them, it might work out. Because I don't have the big boobs for that. So if that dress came to me, I wouldn't be able to wear it because I have no boobs. Look at this. There's nothing here to put those big ass things over and look good at. It would look like a shield on me, right? But she actually has breasts. So I'm saying if she gets these things centered on her, it wouldn't be as revealing as the initial plan, I think, but it would still be I think it would get this center, put this right up on the hip correctly if she pulled it up on the neck, if she could get it up on the neckline. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like if she still owns the dress, there are things that, ways that I would alter it myself and still fucking wear that damn thing. Because even though it could, for what she paid for it, I agree with every fucking thing she's saying. But shit, man, if you stuck with the damn thing, it still is pretty fucking cool. Like you could definitely, even if it isn't going the aesthetic you initially wanted, it's still, I still think she could do something cool with it.
Am I like I didn't think I was bugging, but yeah, I can't zoom in. Let me show y'all next picture where like I'm telling her like gems are missing. I went batshit crazy like after seeing this dress. Like I was already mad before I got the dress, but once I seen the dress and I seen that she played in my face, I went batshit crazy, and they just kept saying like hold on, because I didn't know why they was saying hold.
So she was saying that she felt batshit crazy, but they were telling her to hold on. Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to tell me to hold on in that situation personally. I would have been pissed, but
On. Then I realized it's because I'm not texting her specifically. I'm texting whoever she got working for her. You understand? So it's gems missing. It's like glue.
And now she's showing, there's definitely gems missing, and you can see where the crystals are. You can see the glue on the crystals. Yeah, I would for $1,000 dress. That's a hell no for me. Like you could have gone to J.C. Penney or Macy's and got something that you probably would have been happier with.
Strands, like like superficial shit. I didn't pay 17.50 for superficial shit. You understand? So that's why I was like what is this? And then the dress was unfinished. And when I told her, I'm like, why would you send me an unfinished dress? She gonna tell me it's because she don't know how tight people like it. And
And now she's saying that the dress was unfinished. Oh shit. And when asked about why it was unfinished, she said she was making something about how tight it should be or something. For me, there's too much room in the difference between what her measurements are and the dress received for me to be what the answer should be. So like I was saying earlier, I think there should just be like, I don't know. My opinion, but again, I'm not seeing.
and she thought I was gonna be able to take it to somebody, and it's just like if I paid you 17.50.
And this is also the second situation where it was just like, okay, well, let's work with another seamstress, but that's what we hired you for. Right, I totally get that frustration. Wow, is that another?
Why are you putting other payments on me? Like I sent you exact measurements for this reason. I'm not digging my nose. It's really something in my nose right now. But yeah, this is when I this is just
Oh, now we got receipts. We've got the evidence. We've got some text messages here. Um, so, one of the text messages seems like on one side it's coming from the business from Case Z on some level. So the business said the crystals arrived. When we begin to get them on the base enough for progress photos, we will send. And then she said, "Hi, my dress is supposed to be sent out Friday, and I still don't know if it was started. Near done, issue or no issue. Nothing, and it's the first. I just know the crystals arrived." KC Brand's customer service line. Business hours range Monday through Friday 10 to 7, Saturday 10 to 5. For any inquiries, please send detailed description. "Hello, we are basically done. Did you receive the videos?" She said, "No, I haven't." And then it begins to say, "We also sent the update on the 27th to let you know we began." All right, let's see what else was said here.
now going a little back. This is a backtrack. So she texted me the dress was arrived, da da da. Don't know when she sent that, but February 1st, I texted her. I said, hi, my dress is supposed to be sent out Friday, and I still don't know if it was started, near done, slash finish, or no issue, nothing. And it's the first. I just know the crystals arrived. And then she said, we're basically done. Did you receive the videos? I said, I never received any videos. She sent me one video that I'm going to find and insert. Because in the video, she told me what followed under the video is she said, like, oh, it's not done yet. And I was like, okay, like, I'm just seeing a lot of bedazzles and shit. It looked cute from the video. So I was like, all right.
So she's saying she saw the video and that it looked cute from the video. She was excited. Is what I think I'm getting from.
Like, cool. Because I'm thinking you still have to send a video. You still have to send videos before you sent it off. Because that
And at that point, she was still excited because she was thinking there would be more videos or something sent to her before it was sent off.
was the agreement. So you see here, she texted back.
Okay, and so then it says, we also sent that update on the 27th to let you know we began the crystal work via text. Did you not receive that? We sent the text on January 27th with update and video on January 31st. And she said, I received a response to my text 27th about crystal arriving, but that was it. No video of anything. And then Friday, 10:29 a.m. I'm guessing somehow she did get the video between that text message and then what she was telling us just then with the story. So then it says Friday at 10:29 a.m. They said, hello, we are prepping to ship today or tomorrow. We will send all final videos for approval. And she said, good morning, perfect. So this is evidence where she thought more videos were coming. And then it shows the auto response about the customer service line.
And said, or whoever texts back and said, we're preparing to ship today or tomorrow. I said, okay, cool. She said, we will send all final videos for approval. I got one video, the 27th, like she said, or 31st, whenever. But that was just one video after, like, me following up asking, like, certain things. That was one video that you said wasn't finished. So now, here it is. The problems had already started. I said, Saturday, I said, hey, is shipping still happening today? No, not today. It will happen Monday. We missed the cutoff for our pickup. Shipping, she gonna pay. All right, it's gonna receive by Tuesday, which was already.
So wow, yeah. On Saturday, 6:57, she said, hey, is shipping still happening today? And they said, no, not today. It will have to happen Monday. We missed the cutoff for our FedEx pickup. Monday, we will have paid for overnight. Oh, I was right about FedEx. Overnight Express and only charge you for regular shipping, and you will receive by Tuesday. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we have admission and statements where in this case, they did not send on time, and they admit it here.
Pretty late for me, but I'm just.
Oh, and then Monday comes around and she says, hello, are you shipping today? And that's at 3:56 p.m. Monday. That's way towards the end of the business day. Like they would only have like what, like I don't know.
Like, fuck it. Like, what am I gonna do? But let me put this back on the screen just so we have a reference as to like what was asked of her and what she said she could achieve. Because like I said, this is her dress, and this is not what I got. But I'm gonna try to find the video now to show y'all in the next clip, because I don't see where I could insert it here right now. But yeah, let me get to part two.
Yeah, she couldn't reinsert it probably there anyway because at this point the video was too long anyway. But all right, so um what we know so far is that another dress was ordered, another dress was not received. And you know what's funny is because since she stitched the videos she did with Case Z's other videos, it makes sense why I didn't click her videos before because I only saw like, I didn't think that they were a whole new situation, right? And so that shows me now in the future paying more attention because I thought it would just be the same shit we already saw, right? Okay, so we've got two more videos from the real Jensu to check out in regards to her side of the wedding dress thief situation with her experience with Case Z as it relates to her dress. So at the time, because I saw the comment to go to her page from that first video we watched, I was like, okay, maybe this is the source for that video. So I think that's why I conflated the two. So from that first video, they made a statement about a former employee and they made a statement about um, someone with a prom dress. I have not been able to find anything online to corroborate either of those two stories other than what that video is published. Now, here we have seen, because of the comments of that video, another person who has come forward and explicitly shared their story. And that's what we're covering now, and we're here now. So, I'm going to take just a quick break and reset just a little bit, go do some self-care for 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, and then we're going to come right back. We're going to finish out the rest of the story that she has shared regarding her experience with the dress. We're going to go over the post I saw where somebody else was getting a dress at the same time as Raylee, and we'll close out with that last article before I check for any new updates. So yeah, I'm gonna be right back, and thanks for being here. All right, welcome back. Now, let's track. I can't fucking speak. I think I'm combining words. Okay, let's check out fucking this next part 2 here. And we're gonna see what else has come out regarding the situation with the dress in this case. Looking forward to it.
Did she get the dress without paying? The big question. I shipped it out of good.
All right, so you guys seen the screenshots, and you've seen that she said she sent this out because it was just on good faith.
I apologize if there are any volume issues for me, for you. I mean, for me, the last video that we did before was so quiet that I had turned my volume like all the way up, and so then now, this video starts playing and it's so loud. I'm like, oh shit! And then my roommate's asleep. I'm like, oh no. Okay. So I just turned it down for me. Um, all right. I apologize. I was so distracted with what the fuck that was. I wasn't even paying attention. But okay, let's see what she's saying.
She just wanted to help. She was a rush order, all of that good stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I first like went crazy and stuff, she did offer options. Like she did tell me like she'll fly me
Okay, so she's saying that options were offered when she was first like really upset and stuff. All right.
out to Atlanta and stuff like that to like fix whatever needs to be fixed. And you know, like she tried to offer options, but the issue was that I already had other stuff booked.
So she's saying that Case Z had tried to offer options to fix the problem, but at that point, because the dress had arrived so late, she already had other stuff going on. You know, that wasn't going to work out. That's what I'm getting.
Like because you sent it so late, I already had stuff booked where I couldn't get on a flight to come nowhere. And I didn't want to get on a flight to come nowhere because I just felt like that wasn't my business, like at all. That was not my business to come on a flight to fix something that should have been fixed before it even got to me. Like it shouldn't have been sent to me at all because you didn't send me any videos. And that's what I like really just wanted her to understand. Like I understand that you think you could fix it or you think it could get fixed, but I didn't see that shit getting fixed. Like I was just like, no. The cups, she's like, oh, it could just be cut in half. I'm like, cut in half. Like the cups are too big. It cannot be cut in anything. So that was that. Went crazy, kept going crazy. So then we finally came to like,
So yeah, they're saying potentially cut, you know, part something in half, and she was saying she didn't think that was gonna work or something. That's what I'm getting, like a debate about something like that. I'm not sure.
the agreement where she said like, all right, you send back the dress and we'll sell it back for what you paid or like real close to it. And when I say real close to it,
So she's saying if she was told if she sent the dress back, she would get, they would send her what she paid or real close to it. I'm like, I don't know, I can maybe understand a small amount of deduction for some labor, but
I wasn't expecting anything $100 off of it. Like I wasn't expecting less than $16.50 if you couldn't make it for $17.50.
And she was saying she didn't expect more than 100 off of it if that was the case, and I agree with that, you know.
So I agreed. I'm like, all right, if that's how I'm gonna get my money back, because you're saying that you
Okay, now she's saying like she agreed because she thought like it would be better to get her money back, right? And she was thinking she would get her money.
use the money to buy the jewels, and then she's gonna tell me like, oh, the only reason she used those jewels is better and they cost more. The only reason she used them is she thought I would like them. That's not what I paid you for.
And then she's saying that the designer told her the only reason she used the jewels she got was because she thought this person would like them, and she's saying, well, that's not what she paid for, so.
Like I didn't pay you to tell me like what you think I was gonna like. That's not what I like. That's not. No, that wasn't the agreement. Feel me? Like it's not.
I can see that. She said, I didn't pay to tell me what you think I'm gonna like. You know what I'm saying? She paid for what she wanted. I can see that.
When I give you $17.50, it's not for you to like think what I'm gonna like. It's not for that. It's for you to do exactly. If I sent you a picture, a reference.
If I can totally see where she's coming from. Like if KZ wants to be the type of designer where like you go to that designer, you're gonna get the designer's version, not yours, and she needs to advertise that as such, in my opinion. Otherwise, if she agreed to commission a dress in a certain way, she should have done it in that way, in my opinion. If that's what occurred, you know what I'm saying?
Picture of what I wanted. This bitch got me spitting right now. Like, if I sent you a picture, then why are you telling me you thought I would like this? That shit was heavy. It was mad heavy. I don't think they hear me, but
So now we've got some more screenshots here. And it says, we have your date at the 13th. We are ahead of schedule. We reply and we are a business. We aren't by the phone replying all day to clients. The third and fourth, then her head is in a place I can't see, were something about dates, but as long as we are ahead of schedule and updating you accordingly when asked, then there shouldn't be any issue of concern. And she said, my due date was never the 13th. That's my birthday. I'm traveling, as we discussed. I'm not sure who we is, but maybe info getting passed around wrong. I asked for my dress to be done the 3rd, which is why we said the 3rd or 4th you will ship. I would have never reached out the 3rd if I didn't have that as the date. I'm supposed to know and I'm assuming she should say, like, when the dress is coming.
This is where I said that things start.
Okay, they were claiming that the 3rd and the 4th were the initial dates. You know what I'm saying?
Going wrong after you heard her explanation about like how she just sent that out the goodness of her fucking heart, but couldn't for the life of me get my dates right. Like she said, we have your date at the 13th. We're ahead of schedule. We replied, and we are a business. We aren't by the phone replying all day to clients. Which I don't care if you by the phone all day replying to clients. The whole point is that when I text this phone asking for an update, you could just be like, yeah, here's an update. Or you could just do what you was said that you was going to do, and then we wouldn't even have to be, communicating. The 3rd and 4th, yes, were initial dates. But as long as we are ahead of shipping.
I'm hearing this like weird feedback that I'm now getting distracted by, and I can't tell if it's this video or if it's my computer. I know my speakers are a little funky right now. I need to get them fixed. But yeah, no, man, I feel like, it's up to a business owner to track and be on top of. I can understand if a misunderstanding occurred where they didn't realize that she was going on a trip and she needed to get the dress before the trip. But yeah, fucking, that does look like it is on the business's side, in my opinion, based on what we have here for the receipts.
And updating you accordingly when asked. There shouldn't be any issue or concern. You wasn't updating me when I asked. Clearly, you just said you can't be by the phone replying all day. And you're not ahead of schedule if the 3rd and 4th came and it did not get shipped out. That's not ahead of schedule because that was the day that I needed it. So, yeah, there's no initial date. That was the only date I gave. You only know the 13th because that's when my birthday is. That has nothing to do with you.
Right. She was saying she only told her about the 13th being the birthday, the reason she's getting the dress. That wasn't when the dress was supposed to be for. I get that, for sure. And like, even with advertising, it can be confusing because I can understand, like, in marketing, it's super easy to make these types of deadline mistakes too because, for example, the campaign will need to be executed by date A, but then we need to have the campaign created and set up into the system by date B, but then we need to have every single piece of the ad, every bit of it approved by the client on final approval, no other drafts needed by date C. By date D, we need to have all of those drafts and stuff, done. By date E, you know what I mean? Like, there's like all these dates to keep up with, so I can totally get how you can fuck up as a business owner. But yeah, this is on you as a business owner. You know what I'm saying?
At all. And then I kept getting aggy because who the fuck is we? Like, I didn't understand who she kept referring to as we because you're supposed to be making my dress. Like, I don't know of nobody. Like, I understand about helpers and stuff, but you're supposed to be making my dress. So stop saying we and just, like, yeah. You understand? These girls is doing anything, but, yeah. So I just wanted to include this to show that even after the fact, once I knew that she received, the material and had already started it, I still sent her the money on the 7th because we agreed that she would send the dress by, I believe, the 9th. She would send the dress by the.
Okay, so here she is showing the final payment of the dress because she was showing before the other payment, I think. So she's showing and proving that she did pay for the dress in full at this point, I think.
Because, yeah, everything was finished. So at this time now, I must have already had gotten a response, like making me be like, all right, she said she gonna, but like I said, I still only got one video. And if y'all asking why I'm looking around, it's because I'm on a train I'm just trying to stay on point. It's people around, and yeah.
Yeah, so now she's talking about a GoFundMe for an unethical client, but I also want to point out before I get into this story that
Okay, I think that was her. I don't think that was me. Am I crazy? Like I'm hearing a lot of different stuff in her mic and I'm having to adjust my volume a lot. I don't know how this is impacting your video on your end. Usually I haven't even been changing my volume because I've just been like, fuck it, like try to figure out. But then this time I'm like, I couldn't even try that because I wouldn't have known anything at all that was said. Like I had to adjust the volume. Like I don't know what's happening.
y'all see how when it came to a white woman, she got this like colonized mentality where she's like real trusting of this lady. She's real like, oh yeah, like, this is a blonde woman, this is a white woman that she done did this business with. She made sure the lady got her dress. She made sure everything. She said she express shipped that lady stuff out for.
So on this aspect with the commentary, I don't feel like it's my place to comment based on obvious reasons, but um, fucking so I'm just acknowledging that right now this creator is speaking on her experience regarding potential colonial assimilation issues within the constructs of the altercations and the social media representation here. She's speaking on her experience and what she perceives as potential cultural assimilation issues being involved. Um, and so I'm just, putting that out there as a summary for what I perceive to be occurring. I don't think it's my place to have an opinion or a statement on this. I'm not even sure if that was appropriate of me to summarize it in that way. I'm just, you know, acknowledging that this is occurring, and we're going to continue just the rest of these final thoughts here.
$50 just going off the faith that the lady was going to give her back her money. But when it came to me, you was making sure that you got everything back and everything like that, right? But now you're a black woman who's being taken advantage of.
So, I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me to question this, but I am wondering if what she means by this is that she is questioning if this creator is weaponizing human rights issues against somebody in a way. I feel like that is, I, you know, I just, I'm not gonna speak on my opinion on this issue here because I don't think that's appropriate. I'm just, let's see here. Is there an appropriate way for me to? Should I? Can't like, you know what I mean? Like, is that appropriate for me to address? Like, and I guess now it's like, well, if I'm talking about saying something and then say I don't want to say what I'm thinking about, that's fucking weird for me to not say it then, huh? So I don't know, right? But I guess like where I was thinking is, for the purpose of just, I feel weird like saying I'm thinking about something, but I'm not gonna tell you what. I don't know if that's, but okay. So I don't know, but I'm thinking like, is she? You know what I'm saying? Is that a possibility? Like, um, weaponizing human rights against somebody as like a shield type thing. But what I would say, like, is that a valid question for sure? I totally don't want to negate one person's lived experience on that. What I will say is like, if this is what's like really happening, I think it's gonna fuck Casey Case's, like this could fuck Casey's business up for good. You know what I'm saying? If this all comes out, I like I don't think her business should, like I don't know. I think that this is really dangerous for her business. In terms of like if she is doing this, then people aren't going to want to buy from someone where there's these risks that this could happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Um if that makes sense. But then if it's like she actually was scammed and, she isn't lying about Rayleigh, then that sucks too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's definitely either way. the reason I don't think it's my place to really say like like feel like I can say I have an opinion and this is a good thing to be listening to is, you know, obviously I'm a fucking white bitch. Even if I have mixed ancestry for like, it's just like, you know, I'm still socially perceived as white. Race is a social construct, so um I don't really believe in like the whole, I mean, I believe in like the concept of understanding race because racism, and I need to understand like how not to be harmful, but I don't believe in like, I believe, you know, race is made up. I don't really believe race matters, but I believe race matters in terms of like if you tell someone if you're like, oh, if I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to all life matter a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I believe race matters in terms of discussing disparities and human rights issues, and in terms of discussing people's lived experience based on how they are fucking perceived in the world and their culture and how they're discriminated against in their life, and just like everything about that, right? But then I don't believe in like, I believe in more of like, I value ethnicity and culture over like the idea of race differentiating people. But in terms of acknowledging disparity, I think it's important to discuss race. But is that appropriate for me to say? Like, am I fucked up for that? I don't know if I'm making sense, if that was helpful or harmful. Like, oof. You know what I mean? I just mean to say I don't believe in this. I believe like the whole idea of a race science is bullshit, and I hate the whole like blood quantum thing. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. From my own family history, I hate blood quantum. But yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Fucking moving on. Way off topic here. I don't know how I got there. But let's finish the rest of this bitch. I apologize. Yeah, here we go. And just like last time, I am expecting some discrepancies between the volume here. Like, I expect this stitch to be way louder than what she's saying, so prepare for that. My bad.
My employees as well. As a black woman owned business, I couldn't thank you guys enough for vouching.
So yeah, my last video got reported because that's actually the video that the seamstress ended up seeing. So
Oh, damn, she's saying her last video got reported because the seamstress saw it. Oh, shit. I wonder if the seamstress issued a reply. I should possibly go look for that, huh?
I guess she didn't like that I mentioned that she's trying to pull like the whole she's a black business and someone's trying to come after her, and no one's trying to come after her because this lady's story sounds exactly like my story. The only difference being that the lady did not send her dress back and I did send her.
So she's saying she thinks Rayleigh's story is like her story, with the only difference being Rayleigh did not send the dress back, but she did. Now, here's where I think the difference is between her story and Rayleigh's story. In her story, she can prove she paid for the dress in full, in my opinion, based on. Alright, my OBS got disconnected and reconnected again, so I'm not sure what happened on your end, but what I was just discussing was that if the difference, in my opinion, between the Rayleigh situation and this situation is whether or not the dress was paid in full, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, because her dress was paid in full, that's a whole different situation. But in my opinion, um, if Rayleigh did not pay the dress in full, then I can see why Case Z is claiming that it's stolen. Still, if if Rayleigh did pay the dress in full, then I think Case Z could be very wrong for the videos. But if even if they didn't like the product of the dress, you know, it could still suck. You could still not like the thing that you stole, but even if you doesn't change the fact you stole it if you did. In my opinion, is where I'm going with that so far. But do I can I deny that like they were potentially unsatisfied with the product, for example? That could still be a thing. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, right? And it kind of reminds me of how I know this dude that got his laptop stolen, but the laptop wouldn't work without the charger, and they stole the laptop but not the charger. So, anyway, but yeah, so I think that's the difference between them. Let's keep watching. She paid for this dress in full. Um, and so to not get her money back after sending the dress is fucked up. Um, but then that also brings to question, if Raylee had sent the dress back, would she had gotten the rest of her money back, Who knows? Who knows? We are just theorizing now.
Dress back and still didn't get my money back. So the lady didn't scam her. The lady just didn't like the dress that she got, and she was paid something. She just wasn't paid the remaining balance of $3,000.
This is where I do disagree with this creator personally, but that's just because of my own experience as a business owner, right? Like, if someone doesn't pay me in full for something and I do something for them, like, they still owe me the rest of that, right? I don't know. Even if they're unsatisfied with the product, like, that's like you still, like, so for example, if you work 40 hours a week, 40 hours, and you and your boss don't get along, so your boss is just going to decide they don't like your work anymore, do you still deserve to get paid for your work if you still work, or should they decide they're just not going to pay you? That's my issue, right? um so whether if you're unsatisfied with the work, then you should follow the steps to get a refund, in my opinion. But if so, she did do that. I'm not talking about her. She did everything she was supposed to do. I'm saying why I don't think her situation and Rayleigh's situation are the same. I don't think Rayleigh did what unless Rayleigh can prove the receipts to prove me wrong. Um, and if KC's side is as true, and the receipts KC did show were true, because I think she showed some text messages, but she has not shown. Um, did she show text messages? Why do I think that? I think KC's. So if KC's side is true, you know what I'm saying, then I think that the dress could still be stolen. If KZ is lying about the dress not being paid in full, then that's fucked. Um, Whether or not the dress was a quality that they were satisfied with, maybe they really weren't satisfied with the dress, and that's totally fine. That's understandable. We don't all like everything we get, but you still have to pay for it, or you have to send it back. You know what I'm saying? In this situation, she did do that. I'm talking about Rayleigh. So I'm just talking about why I don't think Rayleigh's situation is like hers. But let's keep going. But I do see why she's like, well, fuck that bitch, and I'm glad this happened to you, because I would have resentment too if that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get that in a way as well. So yeah, so she's totally entitled to her feelings. I can so see why she feels that way. You know what I mean? All right.
So yeah, let's get back into the story because I'm not finished, and removing my video does nothing. All right, so let's get back into the story. So this is the dress that I ordered, and
Is it just me, or does it look way better in this photo? Like, it looks really good right here. That looks good.
as you guys know, that is not a dress that I received, but it was a lot of things in this dress that was just different. Like, it was a lot. Damn, I'm trying to zoom in on the picture. It was a lot. So let me get into that. Yeah, so this is how the dress came, undone, unfinished, different jewels. It was not my size. Like, I don't even know where to begin and like describing this dress. It didn't fall the way it needed to. One thing that I made sure to mention to her was
I did already give my thoughts about the dress and everything like that, and like I think it was part one. So I'm just going to let her finish her story on this part and then give some thoughts.
that I was really short. I'm probably not even 5 foot. Yeah, I'm probably not even 5 foot. And I stretched that to her, like, even though I'm gonna be in heels, please keep in mind that, like, I need this thing to fall exactly how I need it to fall. Like, that's why I was so specific with, like, measurements. I was so specific in, like, yeah, just having my correct size and everything. Like, that's why I wanted a custom dress. I wanted everything to fit to me how I wanted to fit to me. Anyways, so I can't find the video. It's probably in my laptop, but this is a
So at this point, she is saying like the whole reason she went and out of her way to hire designers to go ahead and get the dress arrived in a way that would fit to her the way she was envisioned it fitting to her, right? Okay, so that's what I was understanding. So now let's see what is happening.
screenshot of a video that she had sent me, I believe, on January 27th.
So this is a screenshot of the video she got on the 27th when she didn't think that the dress was done yet. She thought that there would be some more work on it before it was sent off. So at this point, she was thinking like this is the progress being made and perhaps things would be finished, but she was satisfied with it. But I could totally see like even here you can see like right here gaps where there is glue and jewels missing. You can see that all along. I could totally see that.
Probably the only video I had received, and I could still that.
Actually, there's a small chance this isn't glue. Well, some of it could be glue, but some of it could be like a band that is just very visible. But you know what I mean, right?
It was like I could see that it was still like pins and stuff in the dress. It was still like, stuff was still undone, and I was not thinking this was finished. Like this, it was cute, but I was like, all right, this ain't finished, and you really can't tell like the sizing of the cup. You can't really tell. Basically, when I got a video of this dress, you was just seeing like a lot of glimmer, like a lot of.
So she was saying from the video she got of the dress, she couldn't tell that the cut and the fit was going to be the way it was when it arrived to her. Is what I'm understanding.
Shine and stuff. Like even in this video, in this screen grab, like if you look closely, you can see gems are missing still. Like I didn't think it was done, and that's what she said. She said it's not done. Like, you know. So this is the video or picture that she had sent when I did like get that one video. But keep in mind, she was supposed to send multiple videos before it was even sent out. Like I wasn't supposed to get the dress until I approved the dress to come to me. So this was once again
And right now, she is reiterating that she was not supposed to receive the dress before she gave a final approval on the dress to come to her. Now, that does lead me to question, was there a final approval before she was asking when the dress would be shipped? If there was like a discrepancy in that miscommunication, or she's about to show that. But we'll see.
the front, the cup of the dress. You can see.
And by that, I just mean like if she hadn't given a final approval, but she was asking when was the dress going to come, maybe they would have thought she had approved it then. Like that her saying it was great on the 27th and now asking where was her being okay with it. Maybe that was what they could argue. But yeah, I don't know. That's just what I'm questioning.
That like it was just all types of things. The bra part was coming up. It was like a lot of stuff going on. I didn't even expect to like see this insert because of like how she made the dress on Instagram. I didn't expect to even see that those like cup inserts and the glue and stuff like that. It was just all throwing me off.
And so she's saying she had issues with the inserts of the dress and the glue and the crystals, and that it wasn't to her expectations, particularly for the amount she paid.
Like I didn't think this is what I was gonna get. And the panties just speak for themselves because who was putting this on? Who was putting this?
That was funny as shit to me because she said the panties speak for themselves because who is going to put this on?
On their crotch. I wanted to know who was putting this net lace thing on their crotch. You had to tie it at the side. Like it was just a complete mess. I didn't know what to do all I could do was cry, and that's all I did do. But let's get into showing Sin and how we thought we came to a resolution. So this is her page. This is the
Okay, so then she said, let me show you how we thought we came to a resolution. So now I'm looking, all right. Is this what we're going to see? Like, you know what I'm saying?
um the dress page. Um, she has all like she's dealt with like a lot of like Instagram people, Instagram influencers. She's done like some celebrities and stuff. And my theory is that she works on those. She works closely like on their dress, and then
So she's saying her theory is that she focuses more on the Instagram influencer and celebrities' dresses. I could see that because I feel like in the music industry, that's definitely a thing where, like, if you're a celebrity, you can kind of do whatever fuck you want in the music industry. But if people perceive you as a quote unquote nobody, like, you can't call out people hurting you because they don't give a shit, right? So I kind of see, like, that being true in fashion and design.
like the other people she gives to her other people because that's what I thought. I in fact really thought that she never made my dress, that someone else made my dress, and that's why she was like so confused and like.
She does keep saying she thinks that she just thought that someone else made her dress. I'm wondering if that's because of how poor the dress was in reflection to the what's represented by the celebrities online. Is that why she's questioning it? I'm still curious as to what, like, because I believe her gut. Like, when she's saying this, I believe she has like a reason, but I'm curious as to what leads her to feel this way. But you know what I mean? Or did she say it and I missed it? Or is it just like all of the situation leads her to think this? I'm wondering.
Like so willing to like fix, but also like she was she was saying that she had parts in it, but I don't think she had parts in her dress at all. Like I don't think she made that. I think she was probably there to like oversee it and stuff, but I don't think when it came to like actually doing it that she actually did it. But that's a different story. So as you can see, a dispute.
So she was saying she doesn't think it's gonna that she was the one who did it, but that's a different story. So I wonder if she will come out with this different story time. All right. So now we have some text messages here. Um, on June 30th, 2023, she said, "I'm texting y'all business phone and nobody responding." This was over a year later. Oh wow. And it said today's the 30th. What's up? So it's also showing like right here. It shows amount paid, and then it shows a dispute process. It shows a dispute opened on dispute process payment February 7th, 2023. Dispute open May 3rd, 2023. Your dispute response May 8th, 2023. Square review May 8th, 2023. Bank review estimated by June 30th, 2023. Dispute resolution estimated by June 30th, 2023. And she said today is the 30th. What's up? Okay.
Was opened.
And then she said, y'all didn't say nothing in between the 30th. Y'all just felt I should wait. Perfectly fine because I need a 30th had to come regardless. So I'm reaching out and y'all ain't reaching back out. Why? On the 30th. On this case, I think it would be more of like if attorneys were involved or got involved at this point, then they may not. Then the attorneys might advise them not to respond. But if attorneys aren't involved and it's not a legal process at this point, then I feel like it's on the business. They should be responding to discuss the refund process with the customer. That's pretty unprofessional. Even if, like, for example, you could be like, okay, well, we don't have the money right now, but give us 30 days and we'll get some money for you, like, or something like that. Like, damn, like, shit, like, say something.
And this dispute says that the dispute says that um the dispute says this dispute was opened after I seen that like she wasn't trying to get back my phone money because we had came to an agreement saying that I would send the dress back. That's how she even got the dress back. I would send the dress back and she would sell it back and give me my phone money. I kept reaching out to her. She said she didn't sell it yet. Finally, she said she was getting someone that they were gonna pay for it, this and that.
So at this point, you're discussing that the dress is going to get sold.
And then when she was sending money, she told me like, "Oh, a dispute's been open," even though.
So if the dress was sent back, I don't understand why she hadn't refunded the money already, or why there was a dispute. So yeah, I can totally understand why she's upset, because they're talking about, because she sent the dress back. She's talking about selling the dress and she hasn't gotten her money back. I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
When I opened up a dispute, it was through my bank. It wasn't even through Square. So I don't know how she got that Square dispute open, but my dispute was closed. Now, my dispute.
Okay, so there's different disputes happening too. So she's disputing through the bank, and then I guess Case Z is disputing that bank dispute through Square, is what I'm guessing. I don't know.
Wasn't closed because I was in the wrong. My dispute was closed because I closed it once we spoke and had that agreement. And I even sent her like the bank letter stating that it's closed. It's no longer like under investigation, this and that. And that's when magically this square dispute came about, and I didn't know how, but she told me wait till the 30th. And then when the 30th came, she said she doesn't use Square anymore. She didn't get back any money.
Even if she doesn't use Square anymore, she still accepted the payment through Square. There's still an issue happening through Square, so that should be irrelevant to the conversation here, unless it's to explain, oh, sorry, I didn't check. You know?
Money and that she doesn't
But even that shouldn't be response, because you should have gotten email notifications and things.
know what to tell me. But I was still like, yeah, no, that's not enough. So ended up finding her address, her workspace. I ended up finding everything. I looked at her scamming ass nigga. Like I just put two and two together and seen that she be around the scammers. Like she hang around the scammers. Feel me? So I'm like, oh, okay, like.
I don't know where the okay, just either on scammers thing is happening, so I totally see how she feels scammed in this situation. Um, I would love to understand where the association with other scammers is. If there's evidence of that, I think that would be very interesting to cover, because that would really, that might shift. Because right now, so I went from seeing definitely being on KZ side over Rayleigh. Now I'm like, oh no, it could be either KZ or Rayleigh. But then if KZ was hanging out with other scammers, that just might tilt me to be, I'm like, oh my God, Rayleigh could have been the wrong one around here, if that's the truth, right? But then, yeah, I don't know. We don't have any evidence of any of this. But yeah, the one thing I don't like about Rayleigh Rukavina that's not going to change my opinion of her, like I'm still kind of, fuck that bitch, was, did I remember correctly, she was wearing a Trump hat, and she's kind of conservative and shit. Because it's so, fuck that bitch. You know, and I understand on one level, like, conservatives, Democrats, liberals, they're all the same because they're all upholding colonialism. Like, you're all the fucking same anyway. So I hate politics, and not in like a I hate politics because I don't want to pay attention to it type of way, but I hate politics in terms of I don't know how in the system we have how to get away from upholding colonialism type of way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay.
Like, this is not new to you. This is what you do. So then when I started texting her down, like letting her know certain information and stuff like that, and I was telling her, like, I'm going to get lawyers involved because I actually, at that time, was working around a lot of lawyers. And they was telling me, like, yeah, like, you could take her to court for this and you're going to win. Like, just send the information. We was going to file a suit with her stupid ass. But I got so, like, there's so much stuff that was going on. I was going on vacation. It was a lot going on at that
I am curious though, because at this point, like, time is passing. What's the statute of limitations in a lawsuit as well, too?
time, where I was just like, I let that lay low. Then I got back to her and she told me, oh, she want to send me $850. And I'm just like, what the
Sending $850 for the dress you paid $1,700 for is a fucking ripoff. Like, that's very disrespectful. What the hell? She should definitely be sending what, like, 1,600 back. If it was 1,500, I would still think, damn, that's way too much. But I would not think that she's completely scamming. But yeah, no, this is inappropriate. Anything less than 1,600 is just disrespectful.
fuck I'm supposed to do with $850? What does $850 do for me when I paid $1750? No dress, didn't get to wear it, and I really feel like I was out of more money than I was probably out of like, yeah, I was probably out of like $2,800 because I had everything planned around that. I had a dinner to go with that dress. Like, you know, I had reservations, I had makeup, I had my hair,
And now she's talking about all the money that she invested into that night that was centered around the dress. You know what I'm saying? That for her birthday. Right. I could totally see why she was upset. Like, this was a big event for her to celebrate her existence, and what the fuck?
I had to wear my hair in a pinup. I ain't wear the dress, so it was no need to have my hair in a pinup, but the appointment and the hair was already booked for that style. Certain things were just already done in an order where she fucked everything up, like pay for a photographer, had to cancel for that. Like, it was just too much. Like, I lost a lot, including my $1750. So yeah, she just needed to come up off that. So yeah, here's just some.
Oh, and so then here we've got the BBB review. Okay, hold on. Let me go to, um, let me just look up. Hold on. I was trying to find. Because when I googled Casze reviews, BBB didn't come up for me. Every person's search engine result page is different, by the way. So you'll notice, like, when I link to a search engine result page, but then you see it in the screenshot of my video, if you go click it yourself, you might have different results than me based on you. Um, ooh, they got an F on BBB. They got 2 complaints in the last 3 years and 1 complaint in the last year. Okie dokie. Oh, there's another company name. Oh. So neither of these BBB reviews seem to be the one that she was discussing. So let me see if I can, whoopsie, find that real quick. Okay, there's not another one for that brand name. All right, so that one doesn't bring me anything. So then, and I'm going to show mine. And then let me find, all right, I'm about to come back to finish. Hold up. Oh, a new article from 26 minutes ago. I'll have to put that one out. Oh, this one's from 3 hours ago. Ooh, I'll have to put that one out. Okay, so we got some new articles here to cover. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Sweet. Well, this worked out because I just found 2 new articles for us to cover. I'm going to add those links at the end as well as the BBB link. Okay, so let's come back and we'll finish this video real quick. So, I did not see this post still available on BBB. I wonder if how it was taken down, or, you know, I'm curious. But what we can read of it so far is it says, something about time because a contacted owner was unexpectedly out of town. This lack of communication resulted in unnecessary travel. The dress was not ready for the October event, including the sleeves. Oh, okay. No, this one is on there. All right. So this is a different review that she is showing. She's not saying that she left one. My bad. Okay. So I'm about to read this review. My bad. It's a screenshot of a partial review, but we're going to go over it. Hold up. Let's finish this video. I'm sorry I'm like
context, other people having the same problem on her Better Business Bureau. There's a lot of reports on like, yeah, everyone's just not being ready, them getting sent the wrong dress, just anything you could think of. Like, this is not the only one. I think there's like 3 more after this one.
Oh no, I just realized I've been muted this whole time. I hate whenever I do that. Okay, hold on. Let's see what the fuck I just said. Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure how long I was muted for, and to be honest, so normally it'll give me a break. So I'm hoping I wasn't muted that long. But what I was basically saying was that we have a new reel from someone named Pascale Rowe, and it's a repost of the Case Z wedding dress that she claims was stolen. And I'm going to read the description on this video. And it says, this is an witness who is also an influencer, Pascale Rowe, who saw the client walk out with the wedding gown. The bride then blocked the designer everywhere, but I know the designer got her info and could have called the police. Let me add my testimony because I witnessed this. My dress was being made simultaneously for an event last week. I was there over a period of 3 days for fittings and pickup. I watched the final touches and hand stitching of this beautiful gown. I was there as the bride called and texted asking for updates. I even spoke to Case Z, checking up on her wellness as I know her and the staff hadn't slept in days. When she told me she hadn't paid, I angrily said, "We ride to Colorado at dawn." I quickly retracted that and said, "No, God will give you back what was taken tenfold." Fighting and cursing someone out or even showing up to the wedding demanding the payment or dress back isn't the answer. Oh nah, call the police and pull up at the wedding. Let her get arrested on her wedding day. The fuck? So that's what this post says. But what confuses me about the post is a few things where it says this is a witness who also an influencer, Pascale Rowe. I don't know if this right here is Pascale. I don't if that's what she's saying, because they do that, if that's because that does look like her, actually. Um, if that's what she's saying. Or because I was like to say I don't know if the model is Pascal or if it's Case Z because they're both gorgeous. But now I'm like, oh shit, am I out there? Okay, sorry. Um, but fucking yeah. So I was checking. So this is a statement made on the Pascale Rowe page right here. And I saw it on Facebook looking for new updates. I was trying to corroborate this statement, but I couldn't find online where Pascal actually said those words. So I don't know if Pascal actually said that or not. Um, but what we do have here is on August 25th, the same weekend, she is wearing a dress commissioned by Case Z here. So yeah, that is a thing where I can't corroborate whether or not the statement was made, but I can corroborate that Pascal was there the same weekend for getting an event for a dress for the event for the same week. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't speak, but you know what I mean? Is there trying to get a dress for the same weekend. So yeah, fucking that's what I was able to corroborate based on Facebook and her Instagram, but I wasn't able to find anywhere online where she actually made that statement. So who knows? Um, so since then, I'm gonna go over the 3 new articles that I have found since then. This one is already linked in the description. The other 2, I'm gonna have to link after this. So we have from Times Now World, who is Raylee Rukavina, TikToker's wedding dress controversy explained. And this was in US Buzz. It's authored by, I apologize, I don't know how to say your name, but I'm gonna assume it's Shamik Banerjee. I apologize if that is wrong. And it says, Raylee Rukavina, a TikToker who recently got married, was called out by her wedding dress designer for not paying for the dress. The designer, Sandera Kazanthia, said in a video on TikTok that Rukavina has the couture gown but won't pay for it. Rukavina, a Colorado-based influencer, allegedly blocked, is it Sazanthia or Kazanthia? I am so sorry, I don't know how to say her last name. After she received the alleged, wait, hold on, this has to be a typo, but won't pay for it. Rukavina, a Colorado-based influencer, allegedly blocked Kazanthia. It says after she received the death, but I think they meant the dress. Okay. And then it says, Rukavina has not personally responded to the controversy and has disabled her TikTok and Instagram accounts. However, the videos posted by Kazanthia, the designer, have gone viral and have garnered millions of views. Who is Raylee Rukavina? Raylee Rukavina is a Colorado-based social media personality and entrepreneur. She owns a salon in Colorado and promotes it frequently on her social media channels. She married DJ Wells on August 24, 2024 in Mac, Colorado. Their wedding details, including photos and registry information, are available publicly. Sandera Kazanthia, the designer of the wedding dress, said on TikTok, Raylee has our dress and won't pay us the balance. She added, it's a bridal gown, and at this point, she will not return or pay her balance, so the dress is stolen. If anyone has any information about this Colorado bride, let us know. Meanwhile, Rukavina, oh hey Mo, how are you today? Hope you're having a good day. I'm over here still on, so I had thought, and that's what this whole live stream is about. I had originally believed that Raylee Rukavina stole this wedding dress from Sandera Kazanthia. And what I've covered in this live stream so far are other stories that have come out, particularly one person's, which makes me question this entire scenario, right? And so that whole live stream covered where in another case, this wedding dress designer sent a dress that was really messed up to a client, charged her almost $2,000 for it, and then only wanted to refund her about half of it after getting the dress back from her and selling the dress to someone else. So yeah, and now that same wedding dress designer is accusing another client of stealing the dress from her. And that's, so we're reading the new articles that have come out since then about that. And then after that, I'm going to finish up with some reviews on the Better Business Bureau before we close out with some final thoughts. So that's where we're at right now. But yeah, I forgot which words I was reading, but I think I was here. So, meanwhile, Rukavina's sister told the news, Distractified, that Sandera, not Raylee, was at fault for canceling her and her sister's final dress fitting 2 days before their agreed appointment and failing to attend the Zoom meeting after the cancellation. She also noted that the dress was not designed to fit her sister's body type. She added that Sandera provided a fake tracking number, causing the dress to arrive 2 days before the wedding, and when it arrived, it was at least 2 sizes too small. So, before I had known about this other story and these other experiences with the designer, I was thinking, based on what I know with design and fashion, what my perception of the outcome could be, being with like a mitzvah or something like that, right? Versus now I'm looking at this all different. I'm like, what if this really did happen to them? Now, I'm not sure if I believe that a fake tracking number was sent. I could see maybe if there was an issue with a tracking number, why she would think that it's fake, but I would have a hard time but then who knows, you know? I'm thinking maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle, but maybe it's on the client side. Who knows? Who knows? So I went into this on the business side. Now I just don't know. I think it could go either way because I see reasons to question. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so before we get to the BBB, let's see here. There's a couple of more articles that came out. I am not going to skip out on this ad blocker. Fuck that. So let me open Microsoft Edge. Hold up. Got some Microsoft Edge right here. Yeah. Fuck removing the ad blocker. Nah, I'm good. Hold on. Let me switch my window here. All right. So, from Board Panda, we have an article from Abel Musa Mino and Donata Leskowskati. I am so sorry. I do not think I said that right. Okie dokie. The title here is, whoops, I don't like that came up. I apologize. Bride blasted online after wedding designer claims she stole her dress. Her sister reacts. She stole my dress, said Sindira Kazanthia, a women's wear designer, after her latest client neglected to pay the balance of a handmade wedding dress and then blocked her on social media. Sindira called out her customer, Raylee Rukavina, who had previously acquired her services for her August wedding, for allegedly taking the product without paying for it. Highlights. A designer called out a bride for not paying the balance on her wedding dress and blocking her on social media. The viral video of the seamstress explaining what happened got 11 million views, sparking online backlash against the bride. The bride made her Instagram profile inaccessible following the backlash. Raylee has our dress and won't pay us the balance, the designer said. It's a bridal gown, and at this point, she will not return or pay her balance, so the dress is stolen. If anyone has any information about this Colorado bride, let us know. The resulting clip, in which Sazanthia can be seen trying the dress on a model first and then posing with a satisfied Raylee, has gone viral with over 11 million views at the time of writing. Bride got slammed online after her wedding seamstress exposed her for having stolen her dress, ghosting her, and refusing to pay. Rukavina, who advertises her services as a hairstylist on Instagram, has since made her profile inaccessible due to the overwhelming amount of backlash she received following Sindira's expose, which included the names of both her personal and business Instagram accounts. The designer further explained the situation in a follow-up video, where she claims that she posted her clip as a last resort. I shipped her the dress as a sign of good faith. This was a rush order gown for her last-minute wedding, Sazanthia explained. She explained, you know what, if it's Case Z, then it's probably Kazanthia. Or is it shit? Hold up. I am so sorry. I feel like I'm saying this lady's name wrong. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. She specified that the receipt was also sent via email and physically on the package, but no payment was received. I made sure the dress was in the truck and ready to go. It was sent overnight, so she was to receive it the next day. The designer states that she waited for hours on end for the deposit to arrive, but nothing happened. Hours later, she contacted FedEx and got confirmation that the dress was picked up and signed by Rayleigh's husband. After being left in the dark for a day, the designer flew to Colorado to pick up the dress herself, but was once again ghosted. After being ghosted for an unspecified amount of time, Rayleigh finally contacted her and told her she wanted to try the dress first and send her half of the money first and then half afterwards if she was satisfied with the result. This came as a shock to Kazanthia due to the fact that Rayleigh had sent her daughter to try the dress on in her stead, arguing that since both have a similar build, any necessary changes could be made without her being present. That's not how it works. I need my payment. You have the dress. Pay me, she told her client. Her message continued to go unanswered until suddenly the bride demanded Casanthia to fix the dress, to which she replied that she would be open to it, but payment had to be delivered first. She didn't even have the courtesy to tell me she had picked up the package. I had to find out for myself, the designer continued. After one day had passed, the situation escalated as the hairstylist refused to send the dress back, wanting Casanthia to pay for the FedEx trip back as well. Not wanting to see her work go to waste, the designer boarded a plane and decided to go pick the gown in person, to which Raylee agreed. Once she arrived in Colorado, communication was cut off once again. Feeling betrayed and having her time wasted, the seamstress felt helpless and decided to turn to TikTok as a last resort. It's a crazy storm here in New Orleans. I've seen two big ass strikes of lightning, and then there's really loud thunder for me. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder. Rayleigh's sister responded to the backlash after the former hair business had to close its social media account, stating that the designer sent the gown knowing it was too small for the bride. As the original clip continued to gain traction and Rayleigh's business came under fire, the latter's sister, Mackenzie, was contacted by news site Distractify for an interview where she gave her family's side of the story. The sister claimed that it was Casanthia who was in the wrong because the dress was at least 2 sizes too small, a fact that she alleges the designer was aware of, but sent the package regardless, skipping over an alleged final dress fitting session. She also claimed that the designer refused to show up for an agreed upon Zoom meeting where all parties were supposed to discuss the issues of the dress's size, which, according to her, was not designed to fit her sister's body type. Mackenzie said that the bride looked to other designers to try to adjust the gown's size, but they refused to do so after deeming the dress unwearable. We had to frantically search for a new wedding dress, she stated. As the clip grew in popularity, more and more women were able to take a look at Casanthia's designs, earning her a host of new potential clients despite the stressful situation she went through. The controversy appears to have been a blessing in disguise for the seamstress, as her TikTok page exploded with positive attention, with many future brides being marveled by the beautiful design of Rayleigh's dress. Okay, but this went viral, and now I want you to design my future wedding dress, said a future customer. Forget the Rayleigh girl for a minute. Where are you located? I'm getting married in May, and that dress is spectacular, asked another. That is the most gorgeous wedding dress I have ever seen. I thought my wedding was amazing, one user wrote. I thought my dress was amazing, one user wrote. Oops. Casanthia updated her followers on the payment situation after one user asked her about it. In her reply, the designer confirms that the initial deposit for the service was paid, but not the balance for the finished dress. Rayleigh's social media accounts remain closed, with many users believing them to have been outright deleted. Get a lawyer. Users were outraged at the actions of the bride and took to social media to express their anger. One person said, Raylee Rukavina, disgusting that you take advantage of someone who works so hard to ensure you look beautiful on your wedding day. Instead, you're exuding ugliness on a day you should feel beautiful. Someone else said, Colorado girly here. I'd be happy to have her do my hair, then Venmo you for the service instead. Salon owner but can't pay? Raylee is a brokey. She knew to go private. Shoulda show up to the wedding with the police. Get a lawyer. I'd be an unannounced guest at the wedding with an invoice. Show up to the wedding, sis. Put flyers on her guest cars while they're at the wedding. Sue, she will lose more than the dress is even worth. Sounds like some terrible karma to start a marriage off on. Hope you get paid. The dress is gorgeous. I'm sorry this happened to you. Never send without payment. The designer has learned a hard lesson. And that's the end of this article. Now let's check out the other one we found. Another one we found comes from Daily Mail, and it was published by, I apologize. I'm going to say this name wrong, but I want to attempt it if that's okay. I think it is Ishita Srivastava. I'm so sorry. I feel like I most likely said this wrong. Okie dokie. And it says, a wedding dress designer has caused a social media storm after she accused a popular influencer of not paying her for her custom gown despite repeated reminders. Sundara Kazathia, the owner of Casze Atelier, has alleged that Colorado-based hairstylist Raylee Rukavina stole her heavily detailed wedding dress, claiming that she did not pay the remaining costs and blocked all communication between them. Kazathia made the bombshell accusation days before Rukavina's big day in a now viral TikTok, which included a short clip of the smiling influencer trying on the dress during a fitting. Raylee has our dress and won't pay us the balance. It's our bridal gown, and at this point, she will not return or pay her balance, so the dress is stolen. If anyone has any information about this Colorado bride, let us know, the raging designer wrote. And that looks like, oh no, here it is. At first, for a second, I thought there was this was the end because there were ads here, but no, there's more. And then it says, in a later video, Kazathia explained that she had shipped the rush order made dress to the hairstylist a few days before the wedding and sent her final invoice on email as well as on text messages. The designer went on to claim that she attempted to contact Rukavina multiple times to collect her final payment, but did not hear back after it was delivered to the influencer. Since then, Kazathia has launched a GoFundMe page to raise $12,500 to recover the damages, including salaries, legal, and overhead costs. The designer explained she needs the money to fight back for the possession of the custom gown and or payment for the final remaining balance due. But while the atelier owner claims that she was unable to get in contact with the bride and her family, Rukavina's sister has refuted the accusations and instead blamed Kazathia for her lack of communication. In a statement released after the influencer's wedding to husband David Wells, sister Mackenzie Tyner revealed that Rukavina had already paid a majority of the costs. Raylee put 60% down for payment. Her final dress fitting was canceled 2 days before their agreed appointment. The designer also failed to show up for the agreed Zoom meeting after canceling the final fitting, she told Distractify. The supportive sister further said that Kazathia had lied to the family about shipping the dress and provided a fake tracking number, leading to it being delivered only 2 days before the wedding in the wrong size. Tyner also hit back on Kazathia's claim that the dress is priced at $10,000 and instead said the full price is only $6,290, out of which $3,774 had already been paid by the bride before the dress was made. The bride and her mother tried to communicate with the designer, but there was no willingness whatsoever on her part. They requested a return label to ship the dress back to the designer. Now, KZ also claimed that she discounted the dress for them. So I'm wondering if KZ's saying that the dress is worth $10,000. But she did. But I will say it still was. You know, she could have possibly cleared that up with the public. Particularly in regards to getting back the specific amount of money owed to her in this situation for the GoFundMe page, right? Then it says, the bride and her mother tried to communicate with the designer, but there was no willingness whatsoever on her part. They requested a return label to ship the dress back to the designer. Understandably upset, the bride and her mother decided to table the entire issue until Monday to frantically find a dress that would work for Raylee to walk down the aisle. The publication managed to contact sources related to Kazathia, who admitted that the bride had indeed provided the down payment for the dress, but there was never a Zoom call or additional fitting scheduled. Pictures from the wedding show Rukavina in a dress that was not mentioned in Kazathia's video, although it remains unclear if the outfit was one of many or a replacement. They must not have seen, but it was put out that in the Distractify article, I think, that was a replacement dress. So maybe they didn't catch that. And the past week, Rukavina has been forced to disable all of her social media accounts and business pages due to an influx of comments about the situation. Husband David Wells has also since issued a statement claiming that Cazinthia was paid half the amount beforehand, and since they received the dress, attempts are being made to ship it back. I covered my this statement and my opinion on it in the live stream where I label it "Family Member Speaks Out" regarding this. And then it says, as probably most of you have heard, we are going through some social media attacks right now. Oh, okay. This is just recapping the situation. I'm not going to reread that because I already have. And then it ends with, Cazinthia and Raylee have not yet responded to dailymail.com's request for a comment. And that's the end of this article. Okie dokie. And before we go to the BBB, I just kind of want to show you guys on my end. So when I Google Casze brand reviews, I do find the BBB right here. I have previously struggled to find any of those bad reviews. I will do more research as well after this to see if any other things come out regarding Case Z. I'll have to see if that's related to it and things like that. So yeah. When I look for Sindera Cazinthia reviews, that's how I found a couple of these new news pieces that we have here now. And there's, after you click to the second page, it doesn't even let you go to the third. So yeah. In this BBB, let's move on here. But before we do, in the BBB, they do say they call it Copuccini Tailoring Clothing or something like that. DBAKC brand. Copucine. I don't know how to fuck to say this. I'm so sorry. So I looked up previously Copucine Tailor in Clothing. And I really couldn't find shit on them as well. So yeah. I don't know. But so there's two bad reviews from the BBB here. I thought we could just take a read at and see what other clients have to say. So I'll do the oldest one first. So from May 2nd, 2023, we have, hold on. Okay, so it looks like this is where at least this corroborates at least part of that first video I showed in this live stream where I was like, I wonder where they're getting the sources from. This corroborates at least half of that. So it says, I hired Case Z brand to make my daughter's prom dress in October of 2022. I signed a contract and paid 60% of the cost of the dress, which was required in order for them to start the dress. Case Z informed me that it would take 8 weeks after the deposit to get started because that's when all the custom supplies arrived, and I was guaranteed that my dress would be done by March. I was fine with that because Case Z was informed that my daughter's prom was not until May 2023. When March 1st, and then it blinks out on me, says weekly updates. I don't know. I texted her letting her know that I needed the dress so I could get decorations and her date could get his suit made. After many calls and texts, Casey finally got back to me saying the top half of the dress could be shipped. I told her I needed a feather to match the color. She stated okay. March 9, 2023, I finally received the top half of the dress. It was too small. I was told that we could do a video chat. After days of back and forth, the video chat happened on March 14th, and the dress was shipped back and received by her March 16th. March 21st, I was told the feather work was being finished and was promised I would get photos. All of Blink was told they were still working on it. I talked with her, and she said one of her vendors didn't have the feathers, but she will make sure my daughters will have her dress by prom. Now it's Blink 30, and my daughter doesn't have a dress, and her prom is Saturday. I have spent all this money on purple decorations, and her date has wasted money on her purple suit. My daughter's prom has been ruined. I want the dress delivered this week or all my money back. And then we have another one. This initial complaint comes from April 16th, 2024. And it says, I'm writing to formally lodge a complaint against, I cannot say this word. Is it Copuccini? Copuccini? I don't fucking know, man. I am so sorry. Against Copucine, Tailoring Clothing, DBA Case Z brand, regarding my experience working with the company from July 2023 to March 2024. The company was engaged to design and produce attire for an event in October 2023. Unfortunately, several fitting appointments were canceled without notice, including one appointment that was canceled only hours before the scheduled time because the contact and owner was unexpectedly out of town. This lack of communication resulted in unnecessary travel. The dress was not ready for the October event, including the sleeves, all of which led to my having to get dressed at the company's facility. This caused additional charges from our event driver and the venue due to tardiness. The owner offered to correct the dress, so I returned it October 2023 for completion. The final version was available in March 2024. However, there were still significant issues. The sleeves did not stay on the dress, and I was not provided with the necessary undergarments to address the see-through panels on the dress. Portions of my dress had to be held together with safety pins. Over the course of this engagement, I made more than 15 trips to the designer for fittings and corrections. Given that I live over an hour away, this caused significant inconvenience and additional costs. Due to these ongoing issues and the unsatisfactory final results, I am requesting a full refund of my final payment of $710 towards the total purchase amount of $3,600. This refund would help cover the cost of the unnecessary alterations. The business owner has not yet responded to any of my communications and requests for assistance. I appreciate your attention to this matter and your support in resolving this issue. So yeah, as we can see, it does look like there is a history here with the dress designer of some problematic issues with client satisfaction. So there is no perfect victim. Does this mean that Case Z was lying about Raylee? Or would it just perhaps potentially be karma if, um, you know what I'm saying, if she's been doing this to other people now in a way, the reverse card, you know what I mean? I said Uno, reverse. I don't know if that makes sense, but um, could that be this case? What do you think, right? So, and I feel like I'm just like kind of going in circles. So this is now why I'm all going in all new directions. Like I used to think that it was totally probably like Rayleigh fucking stole this shit in my opinion. If it's like, in my opinion, if she didn't pay for the dress in full and she's not returned it yet, then yeah, the dress is stolen in my opinion, but does that negate the unsatisfactory elements of the dress where a refund would have been needed anyway? And all of that, so with the Rayleigh Kazanthia situation, based on the receipts I know so far, I can now see both sides of that situation, but I still understand why it is technically could be a stolen dress, right? However, I will say, like, in these other cases, I definitely see why the clients are like, yeah, this shit is wrong. And it definitely does look like, Case Z may have a history of potentially trying to get a little more money off of clients than what she could potentially be owed, in my opinion. And so where I think that's relevant to the Rayleigh situation though would be particularly the GoFundMe. I covered the GoFundMe in a different video. Why do I think I did that in the afternoon kaboom one? I have to go, I don't remember which one that was in. I'll link it in the description of this video when I figure that out. Or I might not link it because I'll link to the whole playlist, but I will make a note when I figure that out. But in one of the videos, I already went over to GoFundMe, and in that video, I was discussing why my captioners not working. Okay, in that other video, I was discussing why the fact that in her GoFundMe, she's asking for the cost of the dress to be paid to her by the public, that could actually negate, in a legal case, the law might have to say, well, if someone else paid you for that money, then the person doesn't owe you the money. Because that's what happened in another legal case that I covered. And so I had been discussing the GoFundMe in that situation. But now I'm thinking about that GoFundMe again, because when you think of, if the amount in this live stream that we've seen was reported for the dress costs were accurate, it was closer to 6,000 or 7,000, even if she did discount the dress, to the client to 6 or 7,000, should she be asking the public to pay her $10,000 on a dress that she paid 6 or 7,000, she got 6 or 7,000 for, or was charging 6 or 7,000 for? You know what I mean? But she got half of that. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Like, is there something on there to question? I don't know. Who knows? So this does lead me to question the whole scenario. I'm definitely gonna look out for some more updates. We'll definitely be trying to cover more, as I'm sure that we're going to see. I'm hoping that we'll see more on the Raylee Rukavina side, some specific receipts. But on my end, I can see now why they wouldn't be speaking out, because they probably got an attorney, and their attorney is probably now guiding them with which statements to make specifically, perhaps, in my opinion, is what I'm assuming. If, like what they said in one of the statements put out, allegedly they got legal advice, hopefully that works out for them, and hopefully I'll be able to cover the truth with the evidence that comes out regarding this scenario. So yeah, what do you think about it all? Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day and focus on self-care. You are awesome. And yeah, I hope you have a great one. I'm gonna end this bitch now. I keep saying that. Where the fuck is my end button? Here we go. Bye! Thanks for watching. Join the loyalty program at noladeathchild.com/loyalty and check in during live streams to get points for rewards.